Welcome back to the Echoville. Today we are stepping into one of the greatest legends ever told, a story whispered through time hidden deep within the uncharted jungles of South America. The lost city of El Dorado. For centuries, explorers, adventurers, and treasure hunters have chased this myth of endless gold, but what if the story is more than just a myth? What if the truth lies waiting, hidden beneath the vines, the rivers, and the shadows of the Amazon? Stay with me because this journey is going to take you from the first whispered legends of gold to the haunting ruins of a forgotten civilization. And remember, every image you'll see in this journey isn't just a vision, it's a piece of the puzzle that brings El Dorado closer to reality. It all begins with an old map, yellowed with age, edges burned and corners torn. By candlelight, strange golden markings glow faintly, pointing toward the unknown. This map, believed to be passed through the hands of conquistadors, tells of a place so rich in gold that the streets themselves gleam under the sun. Imagine standing in a dim chamber, the flicker of firelight bouncing across parchment, symbols that no one has been able to fully decode. For those who held this map, it was not just paper. It was the promise of immortality, a chance to find the city of gold. Now imagine armored conquistadors, their breastplates shining, staring into the vast wall of the Amazon jungle. To them, the trees weren't just trees. They were a gateway to both unimaginable wealth and certain death. The sky hangs heavy above them, dark clouds swirling as though warning them. Behind them, a world of kings and empires waiting for treasures. Ahead of them, silence, mystery, and danger. They march forward anyway, convinced that glory waits for the brave. The jungle itself seemed alive. At dawn, the explorers drift silently along the river in canoes, the mist curling above the surface like ghosts of forgotten tribes. The water reflects their tense faces. They know they're being watched by unseen eyes, perhaps animals, perhaps something else. The Amazon doesn't reveal its secrets easily. Every sound, from the screech of birds to the rustle in the undergrowth, feels like a warning, but their eyes are fixed forward. Somewhere ahead, they believe, lies gold beyond imagination. Local shamans spoke of it, their bodies painted in sacred patterns, holding relics that shimmer with gold in the sunlight. To these wise guardians, gold was not wealth. It was divine, a bridge to the gods. The conquistadors misunderstood this, seeing only treasure where the tribe saw symbols of life and power. Imagine standing before one of these shamans, his eyes glowing with mystery, his hand clutching a golden artifact that seems to hum with ancient energy. Was he warning them? Or daring them to search deeper? The explorers carried strange devices, compasses with engravings that glowed under sunlight. Close-ups of these instruments reveal not only direction but symbols tied to celestial maps. The deeper they traveled, the more they believed the jungle was guiding them, not to riches but into a trap. The forest was merciless. Venomous snakes slithered across their path, jaguars prowled silently in the distance, and the suffocating humidity drained their strength. Yet they pressed on. In the distance, a hanging rope bridge swayed over a massive canyon, waterfalls crashing beneath. One wrong step and the jungle would claim them forever. But on the other side of the bridge, half buried beneath moss, an ancient stone path appeared, leading deeper into the unknown. And then something remarkable, golden relics glinting faintly under vines. The first sign that the legend was more than a story. The explorers scrambled, digging through mud, brushing away centuries of decay. What they found was just the beginning. The sound of rushing water led them to a towering waterfall. At its base, the rocks revealed a hidden entrance to a cavern glowing with golden light. Imagine standing at the mouth of that cave, the roar of water around you, the darkness ahead pierced only by a golden shimmer. Inside, an underground cavern stretched vast and endless, the walls glittering with golden crystals. Strange carvings decorated the stone, telling stories of gods, battles, and a city that shone brighter than the sun. The explorers lit torches, shadows dancing across murals that seemed alive. But the deeper they went, the more dangerous it became. Corridors lined with traps, tiles cracking beneath their feet, arrows whistling through the air. Every step forward cost them lives. At the heart of this labyrinth, a golden throne sat, massive and imposing. Skeletal remains surrounded it, the long-dead kings of a forgotten empire still guarding their treasure. Their crowns and scepters, untouched, shimmered in eerie silence. This was not just wealth, it was a graveyard of power. And then there it was, a sight beyond belief. Rising out of the mist, towers of gold reflected the sun. A sprawling city hidden within a crater surrounded by dense jungle. Streets paved in gold, pyramids carved with divine symbols, statues of jaguars and eagles with emerald eyes. The explorers, overwhelmed, could hardly breathe. Every story, every rumor, it was real. El Dorado existed. Bird's-eye views revealed the city's grandeur, golden rooftops stretching endlessly, each structure a testament to lost brilliance. Up close, pyramids glowed under the setting sun, carvings so intricate they seemed to whisper forgotten prayers. Treasuries overflowed with gold, endless piles of coins, statues, ornaments, weapons, all untouched for centuries. To the conquistadors, it was victory. To the jungle, it was just another secret revealed too soon. But then, silence. The city wasn't bustling, it wasn't alive, it was empty, abandoned, haunted by something unseen. Golden streets lined with statues of gods stood in eerie stillness. Why had the people vanished? Where did they go? Perhaps the gold was never meant to be taken, perhaps it was cursed. The air grew heavy, storms gathered above, and a golden aura seemed to rise from the city itself. Legends spoke of curses guarding El Dorado, and now the explorers began to believe. Shadows moved where no one stood. Ghostly warriors in golden armor rose from the streets, their eyes burning with otherworldly fire. Swords clashed in silence, but the explorers could feel the weight of doom pressing down. Panic set in, the golden city trembled, statues cracked, towers shook, and slowly the entire city began to sink. Golden streets vanished beneath the swamp, temples swallowed by vines, treasures consumed by the earth. The jungle was reclaiming what was never meant to be found. Those who survived fled in terror, carrying fragments of gold that only fed the legend further. And so, El Dorado was lost again. Perhaps buried, perhaps hidden, perhaps waiting for those bold enough or foolish enough to seek it once more. Even today, adventurers still enter the Amazon chasing the dream. Some return with stories, some never return at all. The truth of El Dorado is this: it is more than a city. It is a symbol, a reflection of human greed, ambition, and wonder. Maybe the city of gold never existed as we imagine it. Maybe it was always a metaphor for something deeper. Or maybe, somewhere in the heart of the Amazon, under centuries of vines and rivers, the city still shines in silence, waiting for its next visit.